Alright, so we move on to day 2. Day 2 was more leveling, more getting the character set up, and I've tried to include some clips of like some boss kills so you can kind of see the damage, see how the build looks. Again, I'll chat about how it's feeling, the plans, where we currently are, where we hope to be, and generally just keep you up to date with the progress as best I can of the Pyroclast 3.9 Metamorph league character. Overall, the DPS wasn't staggering, but I'm pretty sure at this point I was on I think I was on a 4 link. I had 2 almost like white wands. I might have picked up a unique fire-based wand, but it wasn't the greatest. By no means am I on good gear. Now the damage for this particular section of the bosses that don't really move much and I get to get all of my mines going off feels pretty nice. Now, I always level as a Juggernaut because I always start in the lab, so it was nice to play something different and it was nice to feel a little bit of damage. These fights are normally painfully long, but with about 10 mines being dropped down at once, and a little bit of damage on the tree. Normally I'm fully spec'd into life at this point, and now I've got power charges and frenzy charges due to the support gem that allows basically me to get them for detonating. My damage is looking pretty good, which was actually pleasant and enjoyable to play. Now the overall playstyle is it's a bit finicky. You sort of throw in, you're detonating with a button. It's a bit manual, and it is definitely you're forgiving, or should I say you're forgoing sort of ease of use and comfort for damage. Mines are always going to bring good damage. It just depends if you like the playstyle. I wasn't finding the playstyle too painful. I believe what probably would be better, because I'm not spec'd into any fire damage at this point, would probably be to level with arc mines or just something different. But as always, I do like to play with the skill because I like to feel the ramp. I feel like that's for me anyway, the enjoyable part of the game is playing the build at level 20, getting your gems in and it feeling awful, and then it's slowly ramping. I didn't really want to just play the best, most efficient thing and then just convert to Pyro Mine when I had the gear and when I truly felt ready. I wanted to play from it from the start because each bit of cast speed, each bit of mine detonation speed or AoE or damage, you really feel, because I've been playing the sort of character since I think it was level 28. The damage was good. Boulder Back gets absolutely destroyed, and these do have more health than normal. The fighters that normally fight each other, they got destroyed, and this is the Grain Gate. Now, if you don't know about the Grain Gate, effectively these monsters that you kill, the Blackguards, they always drop a unique based monster piece which allows you to farm. So what I was doing was I was running through the Grain Gate, I was killing the Blackguards, and I was picking up the pieces. Once you'd got enough pieces, so the Blackguards drop most of them, usually they sort of don't drop the eye, so you go around and you look for the eye piece that drops, and once it eventually drops, you can craft a monster, and it's going to be a higher level, more rewarding monster because most of the monster pieces you've picked up are unique because the Blackguards are all unique. So it's kind of a farming exploit / feature that's in this new league. So I was doing this from level 65 to 68. I did it late because I only just learnt about it from a GGZII video, and I did it for 2 or 3 levels, and eventually I actually got rewarded with a pretty big drop. It was a Lionized Fall, and of course this is a bow league, so a Lionized Fall is probably going to be worth 1 to 2 exiles. I haven't price checked it, but I'm hoping that's what it will be worth. So yeah, the Grain Gate method was kind of a nice little method to give you a little pick-me-up. I wasn't having that much luck with gear, and I wasn't getting too many drops. I was picking up the odd chaos here and there, as you always do, but that method was a nice little farming method. It was a little bit different to doing Blood Aqueducts, so I chose to not do Blood Aqueducts, and I did some Grain Gate. Again, what you do is you run through Grain Gate, kill the Blackguards, summon the monster, and see if you get lucky. Not sure if it'll be patched or not. I then ascended and became a Saboteur and a Chieftain. This gives me a bit of fire damage, it gives me a bit of regen, it also gives me a chance to cover people in ash, although I'm not sure if that works. You can let me know in the comments. I'm not too great with the whole mechanics, I just like to see a build progress. So I'm pretty sure I cover people in ash, or a chance to, but I don't know if my mines apply that or not too sure. However, I am now a saboteur and a chieftain, and we made our way to the end of the campaign. Now, along the way, I didn't clip every single drop. Just the Lionized Fall was really the big thing that happened for me. But I was picking up resistances here, there, and everywhere. I had a good amount of luck, sort of, whilst, how do we say it, playing the campaign and picking up small little things like, oh, a ring with high resistance, or a helmet. I got a nice helmet that had 100 life, 2 resistances, and it had a slot to craft on. So actually, when completing the campaign and killing Katava, I was still capped resistances, which really has not happened for me ever. So when I was going into maps, I only really had to upgrade a couple of pieces to get a little bit more life, and I felt like I was ready to map. Again, I'm not playing hardcore, so the odd death, you know, due to sort of not perfect gear doesn't really affect me. I'm not here to play hardcore. I play a variety of games, so I don't want to lose my progression. I enjoy the progress of making a build feel stronger and not so much putting everything on the line. So for me, finishing the game with capped resistances and having about a 4k life pool was pretty good. I also had some jewels that I'd picked up along the way, and I was selling them for 1 to 2 chaos. I've actually got 20 chaos, and yeah, I was picking up jewels from the Grain Gate farming, a couple uniques, little bits of like incursion based rares, and this one actually got me double res, so max life and double res. That also helped cap me out. Yeah, it's not the most perfect jewel, not the most damage efficient jewel, but it was a nice regal. I thought I'd include it. Now, I have skipped the new storyline because I don't really want to spoil the lore for you, but there is a certain thing that happens once you've completed the game. You can listen to it, you play through it, it's like a new extra bit of the campaign, and once that's done, you have a map device in your hideout as always. So once that's done, again, you go and explore maps, and the Atlas system has changed, and I don't know truly how much it's changed because I've only done 1 or 2 maps at the time of recording, but I've now got my main weapon, which I purchased for 1 Chaos Orb. It allows me to detonate mines basically twice. It's not the most, I could probably do with more projectile speed if I'm being honest, but then maybe that comes with time, I'm not sure, or maybe I just get enough damage that it doesn't really matter. But I was actually clearing maps pretty well. Now granted, I'm obviously only in a level 1 map, and any build can clear a level 1 map. But the boss damage was actually surprisingly good considering, well, I'm not really spec'd into anything too major. All I've really done to sort my gear was, again, I bought a ring with like 50 life instead of it, or maybe it was like 80 life instead of it having 20. You know, I upgraded like a couple of things, but I spent 5 or 6 chaos and I was ready to go into maps. I'm sitting on that Lionized Fall. That will probably go towards maybe some lab offerings if I can farm the lab. If I can't farm the lab, I'll probably just put it into gear, or yeah, something like that. But that was the big drop. But as you can see, I mean, it's not the fastest clear. I do believe you should probably use Icicle Mine. I know I am a chieftain, and it's probably not the most efficient thing, but I still think apparently Icicle Mine is better for clearing. Maybe you could even try Arc Mine these days, and then swap to Pyroclast for single target. But because I only plan on really doing Uberlab in an ideal world, I don't really mind that my clear speed is a little bit slower. I'd rather just have the single target. And as you can see, the single target, to say this was my very first boss kill, was pretty good. It was almost like a one-shot. And as always in Metamorph League, once you've killed enough monsters and picked them up, you sort of create your own boss. And you can see that this one would give, you know, this one does lightning strike and it gives a certain reward. This one drops additional rare jewelry, and you sort of craft up a monster, and yeah, you sort of craft up a monster and then try kill it. Now I will say, as always, Path of Exile FPS is not great. I don't have the best computer. I'm streaming and recording at the same time, and I'm only on an i7, an old i7 and a 970. So my PC does struggle sometimes, so sometimes I don't manage to clip everything. But overall, I'm enjoying the league. I'm ready to map. We've made some progress with the build, and hopefully you'll tune into the next episode. We'll probably ramp it up a little bit more, maybe even work towards some Uber Lab. So as always, if you enjoy the videos and you want to see more, there are ways to support me in the description. There are likes and comments for free. Just leaving some nice words makes a big difference. As always, hopefully you're having a great day. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.